Because about 32 years ago, I had a dream 3 nights in a row, and then I had periodically after that. And what it boils down to is, I don't get to go with the first people. I have to go around and gather all the kids that were too confused or never had the opportunity to know Jesus. Actually,
that's your dream. You know, Dr. Judith Orloff is kind of an expert on dreams. Judith?
Yes, I mean, I think, yes, that her dream is to show the children, absolutely, to follow the dream. I want to share a dream that I had when I was a child, and I write about this in Second Sight, where my grandfather took me to see Jesus in heaven. I'll never forget this as a 9-year-old. And all I can remember was the incredible love. He put his hand over my heart, and the incredible love that infused me. And I came back down from heaven. This was definitely heaven. And I heard the sound of angels. And then my mother rushed in my room, and she thought something had happened to me, and which it hadn't. But I'll never forget that great sense of love. And throughout this event, but all I could think about is that if people focused on the teachings, on the love, that this could save them.
Right. It's interesting about how much can dreams reveal to us, just in general, about who we are and where we are?
I've written extensively on dreams and emotional freedom and Second Sight. I mean, I believe that dreams tell us the truth about things, and that we could look to dreams for our answers when we're confused or we don't know how to say something, that before we go to sleep at night, we can ask a question to our dream, and then in the morning write it down and see how it answers the question. And I believe that dreams can be prophetic. I believe that dreams can be healing, and I also believe that dreams can help us psychologically with our emotions, such as anxiety and fear and worry, and give us solutions to those. Because the great thing about dreams is that we're not in our linear mind anymore. We're not controlled by the ego in our mind, but we get to traverse a larger form of consciousness in our dreams, and so we get to seek answers and connect. And I believe that spirit comes through dreams, that we're able to connect with a larger sense of love and wisdom and intelligence that can help us lead our lives better.
That's very interesting, and I do like your dream work quite a bit. I don't remember if we talked about this before when we talked about emotional freedom, but I'm always interested with that idea that we are everybody in our dreams.
Yeah.
And we are the ones that put voices back to us, and we put them sometimes through people that we love, or sometimes we put them through other circumstances, or, talking about or something. But we are everybody in our dreams, and that's why I'm really careful what I say to myself in my dreams, right?
Yeah, exactly, but you have to be really open to hear what you're saying to yourself, because what if you're having a nightmare along a course by a malevolent pursuer? What is that message? And I believe that nightmares are shining light into darkness, and I was grateful for nightmares, and as a psychiatrist, I see them as healing tools. But if I'm being chased in a dream, I'm going to want to know who that is. So in my waking life, one has to look back. Is it your abusive father? Is it the teacher didn't understand you? And that will free you. That will emotionally free you by learning the messages of the dreams and then healing, so you just don't have recurring nightmares all the time.
Well, I think that's such an interesting idea, and I think that is one of those things maybe that even parallels somewhat of this apocalyptic talk, is that in our dreams, I have them too. I have nightmares too occasionally, and I have no problem turning around and facing the things which are trying to scare me. I sort of welcome that, but a lot of people won't turn around. They won't turn around. And even in their dreams, they don't want to know what it is that's chasing them. Just in their life, they kind of don't want to know the things that drive them to do weird things.
Yes, that's true, but that traps them.
Right.
In themselves. And so, I'm such a big believer in freedom. In my own life, I want to be free inside myself. I don't want to be imprisoned by fear and worry and jealousies and envies and anger. I do not want to be imprisoned. I want to be able to heal those over over a lifetime. And, so I read Emotional Freedom myself when I forget.
It's a good thing to do. That's very funny. I love that. Let's do first-time caller line. David is in Omaha on Coast to Coast for Dr. Judith Orloff. David?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, David.
Hi. I have had actually the reverse fascination with this whole thing for weeks, and that is I've been watching people's reaction to this event. And on the other side, namely, I've been, I guess you could call it church hopping. Instead of bar hopping, I'd go church hopping. And I would, because I've heard the story, and I've actually listened to it, and it was kind of interesting to me, so I'd go around and ask people's reaction at churches. And
what have you learned?
What I've learned is that the whole thing turned into a way to laugh at me. And that was not as much hurtful as it was interesting.
Explain that. I'm not sure I understand. Who was laughing at you?
Anyone who I'd bring up a topic to, they would dismiss me, literally kind of make a shooing motion with their hand and walk away. No one can know the time. And then they'd giggle or they'd say something, and only one person out of about 20 churches that I've visited took me seriously enough to listen.
And what were you telling them? What did you say to them that led them to dismiss you? What did you say or ask?
I would usually open the conversation seriously after being, shaking their hand and introducing myself. And I say, well, I'm curious to know about this idea that the world might end on May 21st. And I was very sincerely questioning, in a house of God, a very biblical topic about Jesus' return. And you have to admit, the idea of Jesus' return is quite appealing. And I'd go to these places and I would be instantly dismissed.
Do you think you would have gotten a different answer if you had said, I want to talk about this denomination's understanding of the end times? Or if you said that and said, instead of, hey, what do you think of May 21st? Because I think that is kind of, and I'll be honest with you, David, I think that's kind of the laughable part, is the idea of being able to call May 21st based on this supposedly decoded math.
Right, but I'm a human being looking for answers in a house of God that is supposedly welcoming strangers, and even you tonight and all throughout the event, you've been giggles and good times. And
I think I'm scared of people taking it seriously and committing suicide.
Well, I'm curious about it, and it's a very serious topic that deserves some...
end times. Wait. But David, end times, let's have this conversation. May 21st is not serious. It never was serious.
You don't think it's serious.
Not at all.
You don't think it's serious.
Not at all. To say something here, because I understand when he's talking about me. I truly believe that one needs to go into a place of worship and come to the Christian music, whatever they are, because of tolerance, because of love, because of communication. And I understand what he's saying, and I could see especially